Hello, it's Vicki from North of 40 Tarot. I am here with your March monthly tarot. As you can see, I'm using a little bit of a different angle. That partly has to do with the fact that I have had a crazy busy day today, which is March 1st. So happy March. This month is shaping up to be a really exciting feel to the month. It's just a new, fresh energy coming in. The third month of the year starts on a Monday, which works perfectly. You start a new month on the beginning of a new week. We are using the Angel Tarot. Bear with me, guys. I don't usually film from this angle, but my crazy busy day, hair and makeup aren't done, and it doesn't translate very well onto the screen. I don't usually care too much what people think about how I look, but this also gives me a different chance to try something new, and it's always good to try something new. So I will be doing some tarot cards for this month of March 2021. This is a general all signs reading. I am planning on doing the individual signs tomorrow. Like I said, today was crazy busy and I had a lot on my plate. And to try and film the individual signs just was not going to happen. So instead of trying them partially, I am going to do as many as I can tomorrow, and I will finish the rest on Wednesday, but I will be doing my best to get them all done tomorrow. And with that, we will start our reading for March. I have pre-shuffled the deck, and now we ask for our message or messages for all signs, general reading for March 2021. So in the cosmos, we don't have much of anything exciting other than the spring equinox, the new moon, and the sun moving into the sign of Aries. And then near the end of March, we will have the full moon. And they don't occur necessarily in that order. We have the new moon first. We have the spring equinox, the same day that the sun moves into the sign of Aries. And then near the end of the month, we have the full moon. So let's start off with these guys. These two popped out first. There was about 8 cards, maybe more. That's a lot of cards. I know it's for a month, but we'll clarify where needed. So let's see if there is anything else. I'd like to get one more for March. One more card for March. This new moon that is happening on March 11th, it is going to be one for the manifestors, the dreamers, the wishers, and the doers, particularly if you are a little bit of all three. The new moon in March. There we go. All right, anything else? This new moon in March. Whatever you manifest, the research I've been doing indicates that there is potential for those manifestations to be coming into fruition as soon as May, but we should be seeing something more concrete no later than the full moon in October, as I believe those two moons are occurring in the same sign. I will have to double check. I believe it is in the sign of Aquarius. but I will have to double check that for you. All right. So from the very, very bottom of the deck, we're going to use some of those cards. So the bottom of the deck influence that we had this month is we are feeling the Five of Swords energy, which is conflicted, battle, picking up what is left after the battle. However, you can always use the power of the angels to help you. Just call on the angels. And on the very bottom, I know this is difficult to see, it states, desire to know the acquisition of wisdom. So don't be afraid to ask questions, even though you might be conflicted about doing so. This is the only way we are going to get answers, is to ask. Now, from the very, very bottom of the deck, what is more for me the feeling of the energy that I get coming in for March, we start off with the very first card of both the major arcana and the entire tarot, and that is the Fool card. You can screenshot these cards and take a look at the angel name, which is right at the top. I am not going to attempt to pronounce some of these because I know I'll probably butcher it. But the Fool, taking a leap of faith, not knowing what is below you or where you are going to land, but taking that leap of faith into something new. This is the really big energy. When we have the sun moving into the sign of Aries on March 20th, which is also the spring equinox, which is the start of a brand new season, which is the start of rebirth. That, or at least in the northern hemisphere. If you're in the southern hemisphere, then it is fall. But in the northern hemisphere where I am, spring is always a magical season. That is when things start to come alive again. And I do believe that the Farmer's Almanac says, at least for my neck of the woods, we're in for an early spring, and I sure hope so. We sure could use that fresh energy coming in, but we may need to take a leap of faith into the unknown. And on the very bottom it says, will and new beginnings assist with difficult and great undertakings. So it is a great undertaking in order to take that leap of faith into something new, particularly if you are unsure of how it is going to play out. Up next, we have the Two of Swords, being at a crossroads, needing to make a decision, but not sure which path to go. Breaking the circle of life's opposing, sorry, I'm trying to read these sideways. Breaking the cycle, life's opposing barriers brings victory. I am not stuttering as I'm saying that. Each one of those few words is an actual sentence. But the Two of Swords talks about needing to make a decision, not being sure of which way to go. Usually the figure is blindfolded. In this picture, the angel has her eyes closed. So if she opens her eyes, she will be able to better see what lies ahead and which decision may be benefiting. And another reason why I like the very bottom of the deck is we have another new beginning, and that is with the Ace of Pentacles. Pentacles is earth energy that is talking about all things tangible, particularly in money, employment, contracts, housing. And on the very bottom it says, divine blessings drive away evil spirits, rules agriculture and production. So this is the perfect time to be planting the seeds for what lies ahead. That leap of faith that you are about to embark on or to take, you may end up realizing its value in short order. It may also be in the realm of finances or employment. I know for me, taking a leap of faith into potential new employment could be on the horizon. Hopefully something very fruitful like that is on the horizon for you. And we will start into the body of the reading. So throughout the first week of March, we have the energy of the Three of Pentacles. I'm not going to quite go as long into each card. So the Three of Pentacles, working together with others towards another or shared goal, particularly in earth energy type adventures or ventures, depending if you're striking out into business. Mental force protects against sorrows and illness. The Three of Pentacles usually depicts people working together towards building a house or a church in the more traditional tarot. However, it's just working together towards a goal. You may need to enlist the assistance of somebody who can maybe mentor you, but just know that if you work with others, you can still branch out on your own, take that leap of faith, but it may require just that support from others. We have the Strength card, which is a major arcana card. Sign of Leo is represented here. Loyalty, delivery from those who seek to oppress, brings victory. This is some really good energy to be really starting off the month. Strength talks about using strength and willpower, but doing so with grace and not forcing things that are not yet ready to be happening. Again, for the beginning of the month, we have the Four of Swords. Taking a break, taking a rest, giving yourself a break, giving yourself a mental rest from any type of mental gymnastics you've been trying to do. Give yourself a break, and believe it or not, it takes strong people in order to recognize that they need a break. And the very bottom here is stating mission protects against slander and impious people. So people who don't have your best interest at heart. Using this energy coming in, working together with other people, but make sure those people do have your best interest at heart. Take a moment. Don't just necessarily trust the first person you come across, but don't be afraid to ask for help. Reach out, take that break, give yourself a break. And I know the Four of Swords has come up recently in the daily tarots. For the later half of March, so mid to later March, we have the energy of the Queen of Swords. On the bottom here, ritual and ceremony can acquire all the treasures of heaven and earth. Talking about feminine energy, very strong, very witty, very intelligent, may use cutting words, may have to use those words to cut out what no longer serves. The Fool also, remember that card from the bottom of the deck? The Fool also cuts away things that no longer serve him, both physical, mental, emotional. So that could be part of your taking a leap of faith, is to start cutting away those relationships that are no longer in your best interest, people who no longer work with you well. Now, the Queen of Swords, or all swords, talks about air energy and things going on in your mind. And we had the Two of Swords over here on the bottom of the deck. And again, that is something that is going on in your mind. Up next, we have the Three of Cups. This is more working with people. However, this working with people is in the form of celebration. On the bottom, fame and renown influences commence. Voyages and great discoveries. Cups is water energy, so it's more of emotions. And we are going to be feeling the love this month as spring starts to bloom. Romance usually isn't too far behind for those looking for it. The Three of Cups is usually coming together with those that you love and in the form of a celebration, or because there is a reason to celebrate. Now, rounding out the last half of March, we have the High Priestess, Major Arcana, second of the Major Arcana. Number 2, which talks about balance. She is success, protection from magistrates, or at least on this card. The High Priestess is very spiritual, very strong feminine energy. She may have some secrets, so there may be some secrets being revealed to you. You may be revealing your own secrets, and that secret may be your plan to take a leap into something new that you've been very secretly or quietly working on or working towards, and now you are going to be unveiling it. The High Priestess also taps into creativity and intuition, as well as psychic abilities. So altogether with March, we might be feeling very conflicted about some of the things that we've got going on in society. And I'm not going to argue with anybody's position. I have my opinions, and you all individually have your own, and not a single one of them are wrong. Just know that this conflict is coming more from your own mind, because again, the Five of Swords talks about your mind and things playing out in your head. So this conflict is all in your mind. You're not sure of which way to go in regards to the next steps. However, get some advice. Take a break, mull it over. Don't be afraid to take a break from this decision. If it is not pressing and requires an answer right away, put it on pause. Think about things. That takes a lot of strength. It also takes a lot of strength to go forward into something new. It takes a lot of strength to release what no longer serves us. You've got the intelligence. Once you've gathered the knowledge that you need to start taking your next steps and move forward into your leap of faith, there's going to be reasons to celebrate. You may want to keep things quiet until you have your plans better secured, and that is completely fine. Just know that there is a potential big reveal coming here in regards to these plans, your ventures, as there is celebration highlighted. Hopefully your leap of faith has a very soft landing, and I will try to do a mid-month general reading as well, just to update any energies or with anything that may or may not be happening. For the longest time, I would say since before Christmas, my gut feeling said there's something big happening in March. There's a big shift coming. Well, you know what? We're in March, and be ready, because when it happens, everyone's gonna know what it is, and we may need to be ready to move forward on any opportunities that arise. So with that, I will talk to you in the very near future.